You could be wearing a $10,000 gown, but if you miss this, people will still call you tacky behind your back. I'll never forget this one dinner. Two women walk in. First one, head to toe in Chanel diamond choker, the works. The other, simple black dress, no logos, hair in a low bun. Guess who got the VIP table? Turns out money screams. The class whispers. And today I'm breaking down the 10 silent signals that make people treat you like royalty, even if you're in sweatpants. Signal number 7 is so obvious you'll kick yourself for missing it. Number 1 is the 3-second eye rule. Ever met someone who looks at you but doesn't see you? That's the difference between staring and connection. High-class women do this weird thing. They hold eye contact just half a second longer than everyone else. Not creepy, not desperate, just present. Last month at a cafe I watched a CEO do this. The waiter dropped a spoon, she paused her conversation, made eye contact and said, "No worries, we've all been there." The whole room relaxed. That's power. Number 2 is the silent walk test. Listen to your footsteps right now. Loud clacks, fast shuffles. Here's the secret. Nobody should hear you coming. Not in a creepy way, but in a "how'd she get here so gracefully?" My aunt taught me this. She'd say, "Walk like you're on wet grass. Light but deliberate." Watch any old Hollywood star. Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly. Their feet glide. No stomping, no rushing, just quiet confidence. In Japan, geishas train for years to walk silently in wooden sandals. You don't need that, just slower steps, softer heels. Number 3 is the pause before you speak power move. You know that awkward silence when someone asks you a question? Most people rush to fill it with anything, nervous laughs, half-baked answers. But here's what elegant women do. They let the silence breathe. I learned this the hard way. At my first big networking event, I was so eager to impress. I jump into conversations like a puppy chasing treats. Then I noticed this woman, mid-40s, calm as a lake. When someone asked her opinion, she'd smile, take a sip of her drink, then answer. And suddenly everyone leaned in to listen. That 2-second pause makes you look thoughtful, not desperate. Try it next time your boss asks, "Any ideas?" Count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi in your head. Watch how people start taking you more seriously. Number 4 is the invisible accessory. Everyone notices. Your handbag could be Hermes, your shoes Louboutin. But if you're missing this, you might as well be wearing pajamas. It's your posture. Not that stiff ballet teacher with a ruler nonsense. I'm talking about the kind of posture that says, "I own this space but I'm relaxed about it." Last week at Zara I saw 2 girls trying on the same blazer. Girl number 1, shoulders hunched, neck forward like a phone zombie. Girl number 2, stood like her collarbones were strung to the ceiling by invisible threads. Guess who looked like she belonged in a Vogue spread? Imagine a warm light beam pulling your chest gently upward. Not military straight, just aware. Do this every time you walk through a door. Within a week, people will ask if you've lost weight. You haven't. Number 5 is the art of the selective smile. Smiling too much makes you look naive. Smiling too little makes you look bitchy. The magic's in the timing. High-class women have this down to a science. They don't grin at every, "How are you?" like it's a job interview. But when they do smile, it's deliberate, disarming, like they're letting you in on a secret. My favorite example, Princess Diana's half-smile in that iconic revenge dress moment. Not a full teeth show, just a tiny curve that said, "I know exactly what you're thinking." Next coffee run, give the cashier a slow smile. Start with your eyes, then let it reach your mouth. See how they react differently than when you do the usual polite teeth flash. Number 6 is the vanishing act. Ever noticed how some women leave parties and no one sees them go? That's not luck, it's strategy. Elegant exits are like movie fade-outs. Smooth, intentional, no dramatic goodbyes. My mentor taught me this trick. Disappear between conversations. Wait for a natural lull. Touch the host's arm lightly and slip out. Why? Because over-explaining makes you look insecure. And class is all about quiet certainty. At dinners, leave before the dessert plates are cleared. You avoid the awkward bill dance and people remember you as the mysterious one who left them wanting more. Number 7 is the 2-second connection. There's a fine line between being warm and making someone uncomfortable. High-class women understand this better than anyone. They don't shy away from touch completely, but they use it strategically, like punctuation in a sentence. I remember watching a well-known socialite at a charity gala. She wasn't the most glamorous woman there, but she had this way of making people feel seen. When she greeted someone, she'd place her hand lightly on their forearm, just for 2 seconds, while making eye contact and smiling. Not a grab, not a pat, just a brief, warm connection. And then she'd let go. That tiny gesture made everyone feel like they were the only person in the room. The trick is to make it natural. If you're meeting someone for the first time, wait for a moment of laughter or agreement, then lightly touch their arm as you respond. It should feel like an extension of your words, not a separate action. And always match their energy. If they're reserved, keep your distance. If they're warm, mirror that. One last thing, never touch someone while you're standing above them, like if they're sitting and you're not. It instantly creates a power imbalance and makes the gesture feel condescending instead of kind. Number 8 is the slow turn. Have you ever seen a woman who seems to glide through social situations? She's never rushing, never awkward, just effortlessly moving from one conversation to the next. That's the power of the slow turn. Most people panic when a conversation lulls. They either blurt out something random or make a jerky exit. But elegant women know how to transition smoothly. Here's how they do it. When you're ready to leave a conversation, don't just spin around and walk off. Instead, pause, make one last bit of eye contact, and then turn your shoulders first, letting your body follow naturally. It sounds small, but it makes your movements look intentional instead of abrupt. I picked this up from a diplomat's wife years ago. At parties, she'd end conversations by saying something like, "I'll let you get back to your wine," and then she'd turn away slowly, giving the other person a chance to respond if they wanted. It was the opposite of those awkward, "okay, bye" moments we've all had. Practice this next time you're at a casual gathering. Instead of darting away when there's a pause, try the slow turn. You'll notice people remember you as the one who was easy to talk to, not the one who seemed desperate to escape. Number 9 is the silent compliment. A high-class woman never gushes. She doesn't squeal, "OMG, I love your dress," or go overboard with praise. Instead, she pays attention, and then lets the other person notice she's noticed. Here's how it works. If you like someone's outfit, don't just say it. Look at it. Let your eyes linger for half a second longer than usual, then meet their gaze with a small smile. They'll pick up on the admiration without you having to say a word. And because it's subtle, it feels more genuine than a loud compliment. I first saw this at a gallery opening. A woman in a stunning emerald green dress walked by, and another guest, instead of stopping her to rave, just glanced at the dress, then back at her face with a knowing nod. The woman in green beamed. That tiny exchange held more weight than a 5-minute gush session. Try it next time you see someone with great style. Let your eyes do the talking. You'll be amazed at how much more powerful silence can be than words. Number 10 is the Queen's exit. Most people stay too long. They linger until conversations fizzle or events wind down. But a truly elegant woman knows when to leave, and she does it before people start checking their watches. The rule is simple. Exit at the peak. If you're at a party and having a great conversation, don't wait until it gets stale. Say something like, "I don't want to monopolize your evening," smile and step away. If you're at a dinner, leave just before dessert is finished. That way people remember you at your best, not yawning in the corner by midnight. A society hostess once told me, better to have them ask, "Why did she leave so early?" than "Why is she still here?" And it's true. Leaving while you're still wanted keeps you memorable. So next time you're out, watch for the high point, then make your move. Remember, it's the ultimate power play.